Stoten from my house to yours. Welcome to EMS at Sea Level. I am joined once again by the inimitable and wonderful Dr. Bill Cardoso, a dear friend and an expert in the field of X-ray manufacturing. Bill, looking forward to seeing you and everybody else at Apex in less than 2 weeks now. I can't believe it's come around so quickly.
It's coming up fast, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think it's because we've been a bit preoccupied with what's been going on in the White House the last few weeks, but it's certainly snuck up on us. I know you guys have got some new stuff there. You're always innovating, you're always coming up with new things, but I think you got some pretty big news that you're launching at Apex. Give me a quick overview of what's going on.
Yeah, so again, good to see you again. Looking forward to seeing you in person right in a couple of weeks. It's going to be an amazing show, and we've talked to this in the past, right? We've talked about growth, right? You are really well plugged in and connected with the world, so it's really always awesome to talk to you about growth and what's happening in the different markets. So for us, for the past 4 to 5 years, we've been, consistently growing in North America, South America, in Mexico, and it's always been in the back of my mind, right? When is the time to take a look at Asia and see how can we expand in Asia, right? Bring our products or make U.S. products to the Asian market, and it just turns out that our friends at Unicomp in China were having the exact same thoughts the other way, right? They've been growing really nicely in China and Southeast Asia and selling machines and doing really well. And they've been thinking when is the time and how to get into the Americas, right? So last year we were able to get together and figured out that we can successfully do on our own, right? We can successfully, Creative Electron can successfully build a team from the ground up for the Asian market, and so does can Unicomp, right? Yeah. But uniting forces would present a unbeatable team, right? Because we have amazing people in both sides of the world, right? It turns out our culture of service excellence and pushing technology forward is really common. So we thought, why not get together, come up with a JV, which will allow us to promote the Unicomp product line in US, and there's a lot of complementarity there, from X-ray sources to inline CT machines, food inspection, larger NDT systems. There's quite a few gaps that in our product line that they can fill. And likewise, we can also supply our made in US products to their customers. So with that, the big announcement for Apex is going to be our combined product line, and and our customers and our partners will have, I think, an idea of the strength of this partnership, right? Yeah. And the ability now to have global top-notch products with a local service and local warranty and local support, right? That this global organization is going to be for customers.
Yeah, that's really exciting. And, Bill, when I look at these JVs or M&As that work successfully, it always starts with culture. And when I think of Creative Electron, a lot of that culture comes from you and comes from your background. So I think of a company that's fiercely innovative and has multiple patents and really understands their technology. I think of a company that listens very carefully and spends a lot of time with the voice of the customer and is always trying to design a product not to make a buck, but design a product to resolve an issue in the market. I think of a company that is really proud of its roots and where it comes from and where it manufactures and where it delivers and how it delivers that service. Is that something you found matched in your new partner, and is that something that surprised you?
And again, this is a topic we've covered in previous conversations we had, right? China is a fascinating place, right? If you look at the growth uh, vortex they went through for the past 20, 30 years, right? It's really a unique place that allowed technologies and allowed companies to grow, and to be able to serve that internal
Yeah.
market. So it was fascinating when I met with Dr. Liu, and we're going to meet. He's going to be at Apex, and we're going to have a chance to talk to him when we were there. He, similar to my experience, right? You grow a company with the customer first, right?
Mm.
You don't design technologies in a vacuum, right? You design
Yeah.
technology and you build machines in this context of
Yeah.
of enabling customers to achieve what they need to achieve, right?
Yeah.
And so it didn't take long for us to realize that we had this flame inside us in common, and we were able to quickly put together a partnership that allows, as I said, both companies to you know use the best of what we have, to
Mm.
go and serve our customers
Yeah.
locally. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited about that.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting. I think when I look at the second thing that makes joint ventures and these kind of activities successful, it's timing. Timing is everything.
Oh
We're in
yeah,
a very volatile
yeah,
world geopolitically. We've got
yes,
hot wars raging in both the Middle East and in Europe, but we've got a major trade war going on at the moment.
yeah.
When you are talking to your partners and sharing that, how do you feel about that, and how do you feel about the timing of this JV? Is it going to give you more flexibility, more agility to respond? Because it looks like things like change, not just week to week, day to day at the moment.
Day to day, exactly. The tariffs, right? With this I want to call it, I don't want to call it war, but the tariff
Yeah,
discussion, right? Or argument
yeah,
we're having with China, and now Mexico and Canada, right? Which
yeah,
is unprecedented, right? That
yeah,
we're putting 25 as of today, right? We're putting
yeah. It
25%
says
on
of lunchtime
Mexico and Canada.
Eastern
Never know
time.
what's going to happen next 5 minutes. Uh, the timing is everything, and these tariffs definitely contextualize our ability to move manufacturing sites
Yeah,
globally, right?
yeah,
So we're not an Asian company, we're an American company, we're a global company.
yeah,
So when we have those conversations, the fact that we have a factory in the United States, we have 4 factories in Asia, right? 3 in China, 1 in Malaysia, that allows us to start moving things around to uh, maximize our ability to serve our customers, right? At the end of the
yeah,
day, we want to get them the best technology at the lower price.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
everyone wants to do. Right?
yeah,
We're not the lowest cost in the market. We never are, right? Our
yeah,
machines are usually in the mid range, but the idea is that we don't want to also price ourselves out of the market. So having this
yeah,
global footprint definitely helps.
yeah,
And then Unicomp as a public traded company in China with very a big size allows you to have tap into resources to
yeah,
help us understand how to
yeah,
do this correctly so
yeah,
that we can keep on growing for the next few years, the next several
yeah,
years, right?
absolutely.
That's what you should
Yeah,
do.
cash definitely brings agility alongside it as well, doesn't it? It gives you
It
that
does,
ability to
yes.
move fast. Whenever we talk about your new products, new innovations, new strategies within the business, you're always most excited when we're talking about it in terms of what you can deliver to your customers. When do you think of your key accounts, of the
Yeah.
companies that have really embraced your technology? What are you most excited about telling them about this new JV, and what's it going to mean to them in terms of, greater product range, maybe affordability, maybe scalability?
Oh, what I'm most excited about is that a lot of our key accounts, or if not all of them, they have a certain presence in Asia, right?
Mm.
So they buy machines in the United States, in Mexico, and they always have, you know, and factories or partners in Asia that
Yeah.
also need our machines.
Yeah.
And it's been a challenge for us to say, you know what, we don't really have a huge presence in Asia, but
Yeah.
we can support with distributors, maybe a rep,
Yeah.
but it gets clunky to
Yeah.
offer them the same amazing level of service that we offer here, right? Where
Yeah.
we're here and we can get things done really quick. Now we have 1,200 people supporting them right on the other side of the ocean,
Mm.
right? So that's
Yeah.
a whole new experience,
Yeah.
and they don't have to buy a machine in California and get a ship to Malaysia or Singapore
Yeah.
or Hong Kong, right? Now they can buy the same machine over there and
Yeah.
just get it
Yeah.
shipped over there. So
Yeah.
the beauty of a global footprint is the locality, right? Is
Yeah.
being able to get super hyper local and
Yeah.
super attentive to our customers no matter where
Yeah.
they are. So that's what really, really exciting about it. In India, we have
Yeah.
a big office in India now, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's perfect, right? We can
Yeah. It
actually
is.
serve them where they are, when they are, with the level of care that we've been only able to do here in the Americas.
Yeah, and it's having that service that's associated with the Creative Electron brand, but now having that as a
Yes.
global service and having it as a scalable service. You know, you're selling successfully in the US. It tends to be relatively small numbers as you look at India, you
Oh,
look at Malaysia, you
oh,
look at the
yeah,
Pacific Rim, Vietnam, and you look at China itself, much larger numbers, but you want to be able to maintain that same level of customer
exactly.
service and that same level of customer centricity with respect to how you manage to do the business. And I think what's really important that you said there is it's not just about having something in California and having something in China. Now it's about having something in between all of those, having stuff in Asia, having stuff in Central and South America, having the ability to support the European market either locally or from
Exactly.
either of those locations. That's where you're adding value. And as you say, many of your accounts have facilities in all those locations. And with the tariff situation, that's becoming increasingly important to them as well.
Exactly. And the other interesting thing is you mentioned the growth that Asia has had for past couple of or 3 decades, and and the volumes, right, of machines they sell there. It's something really interesting because when you have a market, right, that's growing the way they're doing and requiring the level of
Mm.
automation that's required for the scalable growth, right? Because if
Yeah.
you don't automate, you can't scale, right? It just doesn't happen.
Mm.
So they developed the company, right? Unicomp developed their company and their products, right, with a whole different mentality than we
Mm.
have.
Yeah.
It's service oriented, wholesale oriented, and customer centric. But they've been able to develop a whole set of inline automations
Yeah.
that we don't have here, right?
Yeah.
You North America, maybe a little in
Because
Mexico,
you,
but we're
yeah.
mostly high mix,
Yeah.
right? We're high mix guys. But
Yeah.
now I can tap into all that technology
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they've done for the past, bring in
Yeah.
here and start offering our even our high mix guys,
Yeah.
hey, there's some automation here. There's some
Yeah.
inline 3D stuff we can do now.
Yeah.
That's not going to cost you $1 million. Let's
Yeah.
let's let's blend some creative electron
Yeah.
DNA here and make it
Yeah.
way more easy to use and affordable, right? In the
Yeah.
same way, we're going to crush the high mix markets in China, right?
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily the focus when you're selling 100 machines at a time.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice blend of
Yeah. It is.
untapped markets in both geographies that I'm really
Yeah, and
excited
it
about.
yeah, I think what's exciting there is you start with the same, with the same ideal of,
Yeah.
really understanding the technology, really understanding where it can go, understanding the customer demands, but you and they started in completely different environments. You start in this
Yeah.
high mix environment, they start in this high volume market, and you resolve the customer's issues in each of those locations. When you get to throw that all together and put it in one big
Yes.
mixing pot, there's some pretty exciting stuff that can come from that, and that's going to be great for your customers. really looking forward to Apex and learning more about this. Equally importantly, starting to dig into some of the products that you're going to be launching into new markets in the next few months. We'll dig into those while we're there. But exciting news, Bill. Really, really looking forward to chatting about it more and looking forward to see you. Thanks so much for your time.
Likewise, man. I'll talk to you soon.